My name is Alex. And what I'm about to tell you still feels like a nightmare I haven't fully woken up from. See, I always thought I had a pretty good grip on life. I wasn't naive. I kept my circle small, trusted only a few. But when it comes to love, none of that matters. I met her on a random Tuesday. She was standing ahead of me at a coffee shop, arguing with the barista about a messed up drink order. Her frustration was kind of funny, in a cute way. So I leaned in and said, "Maybe the universe just wants you to slow down today." She turned, smiled, and for a second, it felt like time paused. Her name was Emily. A freelance photographer. Wild eyes, a reckless smile, and this weird charm that made you feel like you'd known her in another life. We started talking. Nothing deep at first, just casual texts, occasional hangouts, late-night phone calls that lasted way too long. Then suddenly, we were everything to each other. You know those couples that seem perfect together? The ones you see and go, "Damn, I want that." Yeah, that was us. We'd stay up till 3 a.m., lying on the floor talking about our childhood fears and future dreams. She'd cook these ridiculous recipes she found online, and I'd pretend to like them just to see her smile. She'd leave little notes in my jacket pocket like, "You're my favorite adventure." I fell hard. A few months in, she started getting more photography gigs out of town. She was building her name, and I was proud. Genuinely. I mean, she had talent. Her pictures captured things and people that most of us miss. But the trips started happening more often. Then came the late-night texts she wouldn't let me see, the "Sorry, my phone died" excuses. The photos with random dudes, always labeled as clients. I didn't want to be that jealous guy. So I gave her space. I trusted her. And that trust became the rope she slowly pulled tighter around my neck. One night, she came home from a weekend in Chicago. Didn't kiss me. Barely looked at me. Said she was tired and went straight to bed. Something felt wrong. The next morning, while she was in the shower, her phone lit up on the nightstand. A message. No name. Just a number. "I can't stop thinking about last night. You were insane. I miss you already." I froze. Staring at that message, I felt everything. Confusion, anger, disbelief, crashing into me all at once. Insane? Last night? What the hell had happened in Chicago? I didn't even realize I was holding her phone in my hand. My fingers trembled. I knew I shouldn't scroll, but I did. I tapped on the message. There were more. So many more. "You looked so damn good in that dress last night. Still smell like you. Can't sleep. Let's run away next time." Some had photos. Him and her. Hotel room selfies. Drinks. Kisses. Her hand on his chest. Smiling. Laughing. Like I didn't even exist. My heart dropped into my stomach. This wasn't just a fling. It was something deeper. Something ongoing. Something I had been too blind, or maybe too in love, to see. She came out of the shower wrapped in a towel, humming like nothing had happened. She looked at me, saw the phone in my hand, and for a moment, just a split second, the smile on her face cracked. "What are you doing with my phone?" she asked. Calm. Too calm. I didn't scream. I didn't throw the phone or call her names. I just asked one question. "Who is he?" She sighed, like she was exhausted from a long day or tired of pretending. "You weren't supposed to see that," she said. "I didn't want to hurt you." Hurt me. She was still trying to play the victim. "So who is he?" I asked again. "His name's Ryan," she finally said. "We met at a gallery event. It just happened." It just happened. As if cheating was some clumsy accident. Like she tripped and fell into his hotel bed. I still care about you, she added, putting on her robe like we were having a casual Sunday morning chat. But I don't know if I'm in love with you anymore. That broke me, because I realized something. All this time, I thought we were building a life together, and she was building a back door. A quiet escape with someone else. While I was still decorating the house we were supposed to live in forever. I didn't cry. Not then. I just stood up, walked past her, and left the apartment. Didn't know where I was going. Didn't care. I just needed air. I needed to breathe without the weight of her lies crushing my chest. I walked for hours that night. No destination. Just streets, lights, and the echo of her voice repeating in my head. I don't know if I'm in love with you anymore. That sentence. So clean. So casual. Like love was something she misplaced. Like a sock in the laundry. I ended up at a gas station just before midnight, sitting in my car, staring blankly at the dashboard. The silence was louder than any argument we could have had. I could have screamed. I could have blown up her phone, begged for answers, demanded apologies. But I didn't. I just sat there, replaying every memory, and reinterpreting every one through this new, disgusting lens. That time she said she had a late shoot? Probably him. The sudden trip to see her mom. A lie. That moment she said, I've never loved someone like I love you. Maybe she was just practicing lines. By morning, I made a decision. I wasn't going to fight for someone who didn't even flinch while stabbing me in the back. I was done. I went back to the apartment while she was still asleep. Packed a bag, just the essentials. She didn't even wake up. I stood there for a moment, watching her sleep so peacefully, like nothing had happened. Like my whole world hadn't just collapsed. I left her a note. Didn't pour my heart into it. Didn't write a letter or leave a dramatic goodbye. Just 4 words. I saw everything. Goodbye. I moved in with my buddy Chris for a while. He offered whiskey and silence, exactly what I needed. I didn't talk about her for days. When he finally asked, all I said was, she chose someone else. That was enough. But here's where it gets twisted. 1 week later, she texted me. I miss you. Can we talk? Please don't shut me out. I didn't respond. A day passed. Then 2. Then she showed up. At Chris's place. I don't know how she found the address. Maybe through an old message or location tag. But there she was. Standing at the door, eyes glassy, lips trembling. I made a mistake, she whispered. Tears. Real ones this time. I was scared. Things with you are real. Too real. And with Ryan, it was just a distraction. A distraction? Is that what she called cheating now? She stepped closer, reaching for my hand. I ended it. With him. I swear. I need you, Alex. I still love you. And in that moment, a part of me, the old, wounded part, wanted to believe her. But another part already had a plan. I looked at her hand reaching for mine, the same hand that probably held his face, touched his chest, typed those messages behind my back. I didn't move. You need me? I said quietly. Or you just don't want to be alone? She blinked. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. She wasn't expecting that. I left because you destroyed something good, I continued. You stepped on it. Repeatedly. And now, when the fantasy fades, you run back here hoping the real thing is still waiting. I was confused, she whispered. No, I interrupted. You were selfish. Her eyes filled again, but I didn't flinch. You didn't just cheat, I said. You lied every single day. You smiled in my face while building a secret life. That's not confusion, Emily. That's betrayal. She stepped back like I'd hit her. And for once, I didn't care how she felt. She stood there in silence for a moment. Then she asked the question I was expecting. Is there someone else? I smiled. Just a little. And said, there will be. Because here's the truth. While she was out chasing thrills, I started rebuilding. Not with someone new, not yet, but with myself. I went to the gym again. Got back into photography, the hobby I gave up to support hers. I started seeing friends I had drifted from. I was healing. Slowly. Quietly. Powerfully. You made your choice. I told her. Now live with it. She stood there another minute, eyes wide like she didn't recognize me. And maybe she didn't. Because this wasn't the man she left. This was someone stronger. She finally turned and walked away. No goodbye. No drama. Just gone. And I thought that was the end of it. But I was wrong. 2 nights later, I got a DM from a stranger. A guy I didn't know. All it said was, Bro, you're not the only one she lied to. I clicked his profile. And what I found made everything I thought I knew 100 times worse. I stared at the message for a minute. Bro, you're not the only one she lied to. At first, I thought it was a troll. Or maybe Ryan, trying to mess with me. But curiosity won. I clicked the profile. His name was Daniel. He lived in Chicago. And his page? Full of photos with her. Different photos. Different poses. Same lies. There she was, laughing in a video with him, holding his hand at a street fair, kissing him on the cheek in front of a mirror. Posted just weeks before she came back into my life, begging for another chance. I messaged him back. How long were you two together? He replied instantly. About 8 months. Thought she was the one. I didn't know whether to laugh or punch a wall. 8 months. Which meant she wasn't just cheating on me with him. She was cheating on both of us. At the same time. I told him everything. No holding back. Screenshots. Dates. Receipts. We pieced together the timeline, like detectives solving a twisted case. Turns out, there were at least 3 of us. Maybe more. We were all just characters in her story, placeholders until she got bored. Daniel was furious. She told me you were her crazy ex, he said, that you couldn't let go. Wow. Classic. That night, I made one final decision. Not revenge. Not some dramatic confrontation. Just closure. On my terms. I printed every message, every photo, every lie. Put it all in an envelope with a note that simply read, You didn't break me. You revealed yourself. I dropped it at her apartment door. Didn't wait for a response. Didn't check my phone. I was done handing her my energy. A few weeks later, I heard she moved. New city, new scene, probably new victims. But that was no longer my problem. As for me, I moved on. I started a new job. Traveled, met people who didn't speak in riddles or hide their phones when they smiled. I even fell in love again, but this time with someone honest. Real. Someone who made me feel safe, not suspicious. And the best part? I finally understood something. Love isn't supposed to feel like guessing. It's not a puzzle or a test. It's simple. And when it's right, it never makes you doubt your own worth. So yeah, she broke my heart. But I rebuilt it, stronger. And this time, no one's getting it unless they earn it. The end.